Hello and welcome to Timeline, the show that unpacks the issues shaping our world and, of course, provide solutions that help make the world a better place. I am your host, Victory Onoja, and of course, I have with me in the studio my co-host.
Yay! Of course, this is Hannah Mokafe Dennis, and together with Sharon, we're always here on Timeline, of course, taking you through the time of something that definitely might be troubling you, but we always have an expert who comes to table it down, break it down, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And we are not alone. We have a guest in the house with us. She is the creative director of Vendit Fashion Dynasty Limited. Victory Onoja. It's good to have you in the house today.
Thank you very much.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You made this
And
dress,
you
I
too,
guess.
of course.
And it is beautiful.
What do you expect from the
Fashion designers, of course.
Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
Well, I know you might be wondering, what exactly are we talking about today? Well, we'll be diving into the opportunities and challenges faced by women entrepreneurs in Africa. You know, as we all know, entrepreneurs are a vital, they play a vital role in the society. And they are not just like the primary source of job creations, they also help contribute to economic prosperity, cultural development, and basically the well-being of the society at large, right, Omokafi?
Of course. And in fact, sometimes when you get to do some of the research, you discover that small businesses are actually one of the push or the drivers for economic development in various countries, which of course includes Nigeria. Exactly. And entrepreneurship, of course, is it's a business. It's one that whether it's in large scale or it's in small scale, is definitely one of the drivers of economy. And this is the reason why we have her here.
Exactly. Of course, we have you. And that takes us to our first question.
Yeah.
Victor, I would like you to share with us how would you describe the current state of women entrepreneurs in Africa?
All right, thanks for having me. The current state of Africa right now is entrepreneurship in Africa. It's fast growing. As a matter of fact, I can say that in every home, there would be like maybe one person who is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is like a fabric that has been woven into our lifestyle as Africans. And Africa as a whole has a lot of entrepreneurs compared to other countries that is more like a choice. But here, it's more like someone sees a problem and they want to quickly solve it. They have an idea and they're already looking for means to establish that idea. They see a problem and then they just want to solve it. So I would say that it's one thing that drives the economy of Nigeria.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Not just in Africa, like literally the globe, they will tell you,
yes,
African women can work. When it comes to African women, we can literally do a whole lot, just like you say.
Yes.
Now, I would like you to tell us, what are some qualities, distinct qualities that African entrepreneur women, exhibit that other regions do not have? Is like peculiar to our people.
I would say resilience.
Okay.
Yes. A lot of African women, despite the fact, someone said that one of the ways to die or one of the means to die is to be an entrepreneur in Nigeria. Okay. But despite that, there are a lots and lots of thriving entrepreneurs in Nigeria, most especially women. So resilience, like a lot of women, they have challenges. Like you see on social media, you come on social media daily and then you see a woman comes online and then she's crying. One staff has stolen her goods, has done a lot of things, harm to her brand. Yeah. But then the following day, you're seeing her landing another container. You're seeing her doing big things. Someone like Dang, for instance, she has different branches, both in and out of the country. So I would say resilience is just one unique quality that I would say African women have.
But with resilience also comes a lot of challenges.
Of course.
Yeah, because take for example now, let's say I have a business idea, but Sharon has the money. And I share that business idea with Sharon now. I'm not saying but Sharon might just steal the idea because she has the money to execute it. And maybe I do not have the money to execute it at that time.
Yes.
So capital is a major problem,
of course,
when it comes to African women.
Yeah.
So why is that still an issue? And you can also tell us how it is that you can access funds, or maybe how you yourself was able to deal with that.
Okay, I would say that in accessing funds, there are little or no information around this particular topic. Yes, because there are a lot of organizations. As a matter of fact, there are hundreds of organizations that come about with funds on a daily basis. I belong to a group that's in just one day, nothing less than 20 grant opportunities in that group. So you be the one to now pick and choose, okay, which one would be valuable to my brand? Which can I apply for? Because of course, different grants, different criteria. So there are different grant opportunities. And then these opportunities are not just tailored to all kinds of business. They have the ones that just want for fashion designers. There are some for agriculture. As a matter of fact, they have a lot for agriculture compared to other industries. So there are no, or just a little information that help women. So if women can go about like searching for information or be intentional with getting to know about more of these grant opportunities, it will be easy to access funding. It will be easy to access, and there are several ways of accessing funding. It's not just all about grant opportunities. There is loan, lending from family and friends. Then there is equity, angel investments, and a lot of means that one can use in assessing grant opportunities. But then let's talk about loans. You know, when you talk about loans, people say, okay, they don't want to take loan because they have to return it back and stuff like that. No. Now, there are banks that are women friendly.
Okay.
Yes. There are
Like
banks like Access Bank.
Okay.
Access Bank is women friendly. UBA as well is women friendly. So there are some banks, I think Providus as well is women friendly rather. So you can get these kinds of opportunities from those banks, and a lot of them, their payment rate is just single digits. By single digits, I mean from 0 to 9.
Oh.
So you are not paying with a lot of interest.
Okay.
So you're just paying little interest. So yeah. So,
Okay,
yeah.
interesting.
Very, very.
Let's talk about international organizations. Now we have the some international organizations like the UN, the World Bank, the AU, African Union.
Yes.
Tell us or enlighten us, how can these organizations, what role do they play in helping to support women entrepreneurs?
Okay, for that, I believe that the most especially I'll be talking more on US, and that's because I've benefited from them as well.
You mean the US or UN?
US.
US, okay.
Yes, US. So they connect with grassroots organizations rather, and then they collaborate with these organizations in order to provide funding, sometimes mentorship to women in business. Now, there's this organization, Jamie Fem.
Okay.
There's Jamie Fem, and then I got a grant from Jamie Fem sometimes in 2023 or 2022. So what they do is they put all of us in a particular group, and then they teach us how to run a business, how to balance work and life. So, and then after that, they get to fund us. And then there is another organization called AWE. AWE has my heart every single time. AWE has my heart because I would say my journey started with AWE, my business
What's
growth.
the full name?
Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. It's a US body that teaches African women on entrepreneurship. So it's more like an exchange program. So they do it in different countries. I think they have like 5 cohorts now. Yes. So what they do is they onboard us, and then they teach us on entrepreneurship, they mentor us, and even post-mentorship, most of the things that I'm benefiting from my business, not just in cash or anything, but in kind, the network, the relationship with people, they all came from AWE. So you see, one organization that is from the US, it's from US, that was why I said US earlier. So one organization can literally change a lot of things.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, now let's look at, we're still looking at funding, of course, access and the rest. The world right now is a global village.
Yes.
You can access absolutely anything that you want. So for rural women who probably, are still trying to get a hang of this, how do you think they can be able to access this fund, access these networks that you have been able to access as an urban woman, of course?
That's where corporate social responsibility comes in.
Okay.
So for we who have access to this information, it is only paramount, it is only wise and important that we take it to those women who do not have access to it. I'll still use AWE again.
Okay. we need to check that AWE.
We need to, honestly. So when I was in Ibadan, we went to a secondary school.
Okay.
So what we do is we catch them young.
Okay.
Get to teach them on entrepreneurship. Okay, now you're in school. You're not just studying your book. When you come outside, you have to make money. They don't teach you how to make money in the classroom, but we are here to teach you how to make money. So we get to teach them on all of those things. So that's our corporate social responsibility as an organization in Ibadan chapter. So individually, most women in AWE, we go out to different, like I know of one lady, Ma'am Debisi.
Okay.
At the she's into shea butter. So what she does is she goes out to the local community and then she trains them on how to make this shea butter. So by that, she's already empowering these people. Myself, I also did it sometimes in February, where I went to a secondary school, Amide Secondary School at Sokoro, and then I taught the students 2 days. I taught them on entrepreneurship, how to bake, how to sew. I took my sewing machine to that place.
Wow.
I'm not even joking. I took my sewing machine to that place and I was there for 2 days. Myself and my team, we taught these guys how to sew, how to bake. We taught them a lot of things. So after the program, we got a lot of insight that, oh wow, thanks for coming. We're enjoying this. We have been able to sew this, and some persons sent pictures. I'm like, this is impact. You've sown a seed. I may not go back to that place again, but I've sown a seed to them. I've sown a seed in them, and they will be able to, like, okay, start thinking, okay, what can I do? How do I make money and stuff like that? So
to teach other people too.
To teach other people. So that's how we do the CSR thing, and how the grassroots will benefit from
Quite
what we
interesting.
have. Yeah.
This is such an interesting conversation, I would say. But of course, we have to go on a break, and when we return, More Cafe will take us through social commentary. Stay with us.
Everybody has a stake in making the world a better place with love and compassion. As we thrive daily, we continue to strive to face the many challenges that faces our Earth, because together, we all matter. On one side, we are exploring the captivating stories, the trends, the glamour, while on the other hand, we're looking at the love, the care and compassion from our champions. In our Stars Quiet Cove lies the burning passion for humanity, which is seldom known and unsung to the world. Join me on Famed to look at the flip side of your favorite beyond the regular.
Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, this is Timeline on More Cafe. Over to you.
Yes, of course, this is Timeline, and right now we're going straight into going to see what people on social media are, of course, saying about entrepreneurship, women, especially in entrepreneurship. Yeah. Okay, now this one is from Matsaba A. Boshelo. I like the name. MAB Group says, being an entrepreneur without funding means showing up when you're tired, still pushing when you're scared, and taking the next step even when you are unsure. It means building with faith when resource run out. It means keeping the vision alive when the numbers don't make sense. Does this make sense to you?
Of course, I can relate.
Okay.
I can relate.
Can you give us like one short experience? One short.
I think the experience would be the parts where I had to leave Abuja for Ibadan.
Okay.
Remember I said, I didn't know what I was up for. Like, I didn't know what Ibadan was going to give to me, but I just wanted more for myself and my brand. And it was one of the biggest risks I ever took in my life. It was one of the biggest risks I ever took. But then everything you see right now, every single thing you see, I went to Ibadan as Victory Onoja, the tailor. But I came back with so much. If you read my bio, even me too, most times when I read my bio, I'm like, oh, no, you're good. You're good. So it was from that one risk that I took that I wasn't so sure of that all of these things came to be. So I would say entrepreneurship is
It's just more than the word.
Hold the thoughts, hold the thoughts. This one is from Palesa Mutwang Modu Pieto. It says, did you know 27% of women in Africa start a business? The highest rate in the world. Women produce 62% of Africa's economic goods, but only 8.5% are wage earners. Africa is now the leading continent for women entrepreneurship. Let's work, ladies. Do you second to this opinion? Of
course, I do.
No, we had mentioned earlier, we talked about SMEs, and women are, one of the leading figures, leading frontmen for SMEs in Nigeria, in Africa, and beyond the world. And of course, this person right here, Palesa Mutuang, is of course talking about it. Well, that's it for our social media commentary today.
It's quite interesting because we can't talk about Africa without talking about culture. That's our basic, way of life. Tell me, how has cultural representation affected women entrepreneurs in Africa?
Okay, now, they say women are meant to be relegated to the background. Okay. But then, women are not just meant for all of that.
Okay.
We are meant to shatter glass ceiling, like they say.
Yeah.
We are meant to champion and head a lot of unimaginable and things that it feels like it's only a man that can do this thing. It's all we need a man. We need in corporate sectors. A lot of times women don't get to have a seat in front because they feel like we are limited. But that's not meant to be. Even in religion, you see, they say a woman is not meant to be on the pulpit. When a woman handles something, she handles it meticulously. She does it like her life depends on it. She does it with all diligence. And so it's not just being in the kitchen, or our functionality should only be relegated to the bedroom or whatever. No, we are meant to we are meant to do a lot of things that would turn heads and make people say, oh wow, she did that. So we need to step up as women and then not just believe the things that social media or what men are saying that we're not meant to do. No, it's not meant to be. So, yeah.
Women are making waves as entrepreneurs. When you were reading
one of the
social media, you could see the figures given to women entrepreneurs.
Of course. And now let's go away from all of these problems now. Of course, we've been talking about some solutions, but now let's go deep into it. Okay. You talked about how women are able to access funds, and also the fact that there are women-friendly banks like UBA and Access Bank. So let's also look at let's go to health-wise. How can women balance, their health while also trying to pursue business as it is?
It is important to always go for checkups.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes in August this year, I worked so much so that I fell sick. It was so bad. I was working morning, afternoon, night, and even sometimes at midnight because I had to meet up with the others that I have on ground. And so I wasn't even care because I don't fall sick easily. But whenever I fall sick, it's always very, very difficult. So it's important to do regular checkup and ensure you eat well. Most fashion designers in Nigeria, a good number of us, cook and bread because that is what is accessible.
You have to emphasize cook.
That is what you can just buy this for me and stuff. So the time to even cook is a problem. Sometimes I need somebody to come and tell me, okay, food is ready, or come and eat before I'll be able to leave that sewing machine. So it's important to balance all of these things. Go for regular checkup. By next week Monday, I'm going for checkup. So just so that I'm healthy and I can feed the body that is doing the work.
Okay. Yes. So let's move to wrapping up now, right? Of course. Let's look at how women businesses can, of course, drive sustainable change in our society. For example, you said your brand's fashion design. Yeah. How do you get to, push for this? Just a few minutes.
It's consistency. It's consistency, and you keep showing up daily. In the world where we are right now, if you don't show up, people will forget about you. I read something yesterday or day before yesterday, and he said that the reason why he weighs in on every information or every conversation on social media is because the world moves on quickly. So if you don't weigh in, people would not even remember that you were there. when you keep showing up consistently, I can bet that you got to know me because I showed up. I was always posting on social media. You were always seeing, probably seeing my status or stuff like that. So you know that, okay, this person is into this. And then sometimes you see, somebody will see an opportunity and say, Victory, I think this opportunity would benefit you. I've seen some of the things you post and I think this would help you. So when you keep at it, when you are consistent with what you're doing and you keep giving value, if you don't give value, people would not even take you seriously. So you have to consistently give value for people to be able to know that, okay, this person is up to the task.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think about collaborations between African women entrepreneurs and other continents?
Okay, I would say that it's a thing for us to collaborate, because sometimes you may be able to do something perfectly and another person may be able to do something else that you probably don't have knowledge about. So when you collaborate, it is going to benefit and make the brand stand strong. Now, for instance, this company, Coca-Cola and We Are Women in Africa, the Jemmy Femme Foundation. So Coca-Cola collaborated with We Are, and they were able to bring up a program that benefited African women, which I benefited from. So now, this is an international brand and an African brand collaborating together to ensure that they benefit women in Africa. So another example would be TEF, that's the Tony Elumelu Foundation, collaborated with European Union. So these two collaborations, we all know I believe any entrepreneur that does not know TEF, I think that person should really do a lot of work. So TEF and European Union, they're able to do a lot of things that benefits African entrepreneurs. So it's important to collaborate, which would most times expands the reach.
Interesting.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Victory Onoja, the creative director of Bonded Fashion Dynasty.
Yes.
This has been quite an interesting conversation.
Of course, it
Thank
really
you.
has been.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's where we draw the line on Timeline today. We talked on opportunities and challenges. Please, we've listed out quite a number of opportunities, and we are hoping that as entrepreneurs out there, you get to focus on lots of the opportunities. And of course, for the challenges that we've listed, and of course, the solutions we've profiled, you focus more on the solutions, of course, to make your business better and make the society a better place. I am your host, Sharon Ajay.
And of course, if there is anything I'd learned from this conversation that we had today, is the power of consistency, the power of balance, and of course, the power of collaboration, and also taking action whenever opportunities are sent your way. As usual, my name is Hannah Omokafe Dennis, and I'm saying bye for now. See you next time.
Until next time, see you again.